Hello, everyone. This is Realtor Linda. I am here today with Michael. He's going to tell us all about his company. Take it away, Michael.
Hi, everyone. This is Michael Gilmore. I'm the owner, broker, and mortgage loan originator with the Mortgage Professionals in Clovis and Fresno, California. Um, Thanks for joining us this morning. Was here to just kind of go over a broad array of different products and benefits that might help you or your clients to close a transaction or two. Basically, I'm a mortgage broker. I've been in the mortgage industry for 30 years this December. All here in the Central Valley. Been around for a while, have a lot of knowledge and experience to share with you in a short amount of time here. I've been a mortgage banker and a broker both, and actually enjoy the mortgage brokerage platform. I think it gives me the opportunity to shop around for my clients for the right products, the right programs that might meet their unique needs and circumstances. It also allows me to shop around for rate, which is obviously really important right now, and also for turn times. For example, I had an escrow recently that was a 18-day closing, and I shopped around for the best rates, but the one with the best rate was a 45-day turn time, so we had to go for the next best rate for somebody that could get it closed on time, because after all, you're under contract, and that's very important.
And those
So anyway,
contracts do matter, don't they?
yes, they do.
Make
Yes,
or
they
break a
do.
transaction.
They absolutely do. And with money on the line, potentially with, liquidated damages and contingency removal timeframes and things, it's really important that we always close on time and as expected. Those are the things that I'm able to do as a broker, is to kind of find the right lender, program, timeframes, and the best pricing available for my clients. And they
And I
usually
don't think
appreciate that.
clients always understand the difference between, a specific bank versus the broker, right? It's kind of
Right.
like us, it'd be versus, us being able to only sell our home versus being able to sell any home. So,
Exactly. That's a great analogy. I like to use the ice cream shop analogy too. As a banker, I was kind of limited to vanilla. And, I might have French vanilla, and I might have vanilla bean, and I might have a couple of different vanilla flavors I could offer you. But as a broker, it's really Baskin Robbins 31 flavors. So,
definitely.
I kind of like to jump into, that a little bit more as far as the wide array of products that we have available for different circumstances. Obviously, we do all the usual conventional FHA, VA, USDA stuff. We do it very well. But a lot of times people don't always fit those boxes. And so whether it's the need for a self-employed borrower to be able to qualify without using pay stubs or tax returns, we have a lot of different programs that allow self-employed buyers to qualify for their mortgage based on bank statement deposits, profit and loss statements, 1099 forms. We have a bunch of different programs right now that we're using a lot. With the higher interest rates, we're doing a lot of home equity lines of credit and home equity loans for people that don't want to pay off or refinance their low interest rate first mortgages,
Oh, I
yet they
know.
want to consolidate debt or do some home improvements or have the use for funds for other purposes. So doing a lot of those. I'm doing a construction loan right now from the ground up for those people that like to build or have future plans for building their dream home, maybe, or remodeling their existing home. We have great construction products. I've got awesome investor products for flippers out there that allow for up to 90% of the purchase price and 100% of the renovation costs to be
Nice.
financed. Which if and you don't have to have any prior experience if you're a new investor in the market. And it can be a great fit for people, not only leveraging them into those opportunities with less of their own money, but also cheaper than hard money loans, which require typically larger down payments and have much higher interest rates. So
Mm-hmm.
lots of different things going on
I
there.
always try to point out I can have two identical homes sitting right next to each other, but you know
Mhm.
what? It depends on what's going on in the person's life that's purchasing them as to which type of loan, right? So it's two very, very, very different transactions. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Another thing that we've been using a lot recently is equity bridge loans for people that want to write offers without a contingency to sell their current home. And of course, as you know, as a realtor, inventory is still a little tight out there, and so
Very.
those homes that are priced right and presented correctly, are competitively on the market, and there's oftentimes multiple offers. So anything a buyer can do to put themselves in a more favorable and a stronger negotiating position, being able to remove certain contingencies ahead
Mhm.
of time. Another thing that we're doing a lot of right now is we're actually getting loans pre-underwritten. That's not through um, automated
Very
underwriting. It's
important.
actually taking it to a physical underwriter and getting those loan approvals knocked out ahead of time so that you can offer shorter escrow periods, so that you
That
can
cuts
offer.
time off the end, because what does it run, like, about 10 days or something for underwriting approval and different things? So you can shave that
Mhm.
10 days off in the beginning and, do that
Absolutely.
shorter close, depending on the company you end up going with, it can be like a 15 to 20-day close versus 45-day.
Absolutely.
And
And
that
you can write
sometimes just means the transaction right there.
absolutely, and you can even write those offers without a loan contingency.
Mhm.
So, maybe not the appraisal contingency, but, with the loan
Right.
being fully underwritten and approved, there's no need to have a formal loan contingency in that offer. So, just different ideas. We need to be creative, in these tougher markets and try to figure out different ways. We're doing a lot of buy downs on interest rates right now, whether they're 3-2-1 buy downs, 2-1 buy downs, or 1-0 buy downs. They're depending on how much the builder or the seller is willing to pony up towards those things, it can really help the home buyer get in with less fear, understanding that their payments and rates will be lower for the first several years, and the home more affordable for them. So lots of different things that we're actually taking things out and dusting them off that we used to use years ago, in similar markets, and that kind of went away for a while when everything was going really, really well.
I know. I don't
So
think people quite understand, your markets are actually, I mean, our markets run a little different than even like the lender's market. So, okay, yeah, we were having like 20, 25 offers here, a few years back, and it can shift within like a month or two. I mean, our market, but it's still what a realtor would call a seller's market, because we are still
yeah,
super short on inventory. So that means there's still not enough homes to be provided for the buyers. Yes, we don't have near as many buyers out there because the interest rate's higher, but we still have a lot.
yep,
And then, of course, we still don't even have enough inventory to accommodate them. So, as in the realtor's world, it's still a seller's market. And we're still up against, okay, maybe not 2025 like we were, but we're still up against a lot of times 3 to 5 offers on a home.
correct,
So it still makes
exactly,
the seller's market. So it's kind of crazy. And I know if they're not living the life, right, of a realtor or lender, they don't always understand all our acronyms and our terms and different things, but it's
right.
still a great time to buy. It's
It
just
is.
we in our professions have to take certain precautions, and we have to, in order to do the best we can for whatever their needs are for that client. So it's
Mhm.
interesting. I don't think, a lot of the general public understand what goes into it. It's not like you go to a store and say, hey, I want to buy that, and you're out within 5 minutes. So
Right, right, exactly. In this market, it's more important than ever that we manage people's expectations. People are coming in a little bit concerned about interest rates and so forth. And, my goodness, having done this for 30 years, I can tell you, yeah, the rates are in the sevens now, but that's pretty normal. We got spoiled, obviously, the last few years with once in a lifetime low interest rates. And,
I know
you
we may
know,
never see
um,
that again, folks. And I know when I
right,
first bought years and years and years and years and years ago, it was double what it is now. So it's still a low
sure.
interest rate from when I first started, living in a house.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why we need to be the arbiters of hope and encouragement for our buyers, and, to let them know that, it's it's still a good time to buy. It's interest rates are not terrible, and there's always going to be an opportunity in the future where we can restructure their financing as well when rates do come back down a little bit. So, it's not a long-term uh, sentence, if you will, as far as that rate. So I think that, and it beats renting. I mean, there are some occasions and situations, obviously, where renting may make sense, but for the most part, people need to uh, step up, and buy if they can. I mean, obviously, real estate is the single greatest contributor to building wealth for a family. And so, don't put it off. And especially when you're paying 20 to 30% interest on your credit cards and,
Oh
8 or
yeah.
10% on your car loans, real estate is still a bargain.
Well, I used to explain it. I have quite a few kids, and I used to explain it to them. We all have a certain amount of money within our lifetime that we can spend, and it's all where we choose to put it. Do we want to live in the nicer house, or do we want to drive the nicer car? Maybe we would opt for, in my particular case, I wanted rooms for all my kids, which there was 8 of them. So they all got to have their own room. But the trade-off was, they didn't get to drive that brand spanking new little whatever, sports
Right.
car the other parents was buying their kids. Theirs was, a few years older, and they had to help buy it because there's only so much of me.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, Linda. I'm sure your kids are very well grounded, and I thought my wife and I were nuts with 4 kids. My goodness, you were one busy lady.
Well, I had 4, and then 4 fell on my doorstep, and I'm like that with animals too. It's like, once I take responsibility for you, I'm sorry. I can't just say, "Oh, I'm not going to take care of you no more." So
Any of them
that's
following
how
in
I
your
got all of
footsteps?
them.
Any
So
of
they
them
they
following
lived
in
with
your
me.
Are any of them
Huh?
following in your first? Are any of them following in your footsteps as a realtor?
Oh, not as a realtor, but I have a lot of I've been in construction one way or the other most of my life. So yes, I have a couple of those. And
Good.
then it'll be interesting because I actually did have a grandmother 100 years ago that was a realtor. So somewhere along the line, it'll pop back out.
It's in your genes.
It's in their genes somewhere. So maybe one of
Right?
my grandkids, who knows? So I do have a
Yep.
couple cousins, so I know it's in there.
Well, we have great careers. We're able to help people accomplish significant things in their lifetimes for them and their families, and and make a decent living doing it, and being of service to others. And so,
That's it. We're in service
what
to
a great
others, and
what
it's
a
our
great
job to
career.
protect them. Exactly. It's
Absolutely.
our job to protect you. So that's what
Yep.
we try to do to the best of our ability, is make sure that you're protected. And this is going to be one of the largest purchases of your lifetime. So we want to make sure that we've got you covered, because that's really
Absolutely.
our whole job. So we're not
Absolutely.
into to police or anything, but we are going to protect you best we can. And your largest purchase is financial purchase you're going to make. So
Absolutely. As it should be. Um,
definitely.
Yeah, so it's been exciting, great career. This year's a little different. Not my first rodeo though. Been here, done this before. So
Yeah, you've been in
obviously
the
we have
business
to.
a while.
Yeah, we have to adapt. And maybe change how we're thinking about things or doing things a little bit. But there's still plenty of opportunities out there. A lot of great people looking to buy and sell and invest in real estate. And I love what I do in my lane as a lender. Being able to offer options and alternatives and solutions to those issues. And it's something that I've really enjoyed doing for so many years and helping so many people.
Definitely. Definitely. Well, it was wonderful hearing about your company. Do you have some maybe contact information you'd like to share?
I do. I do. Again, my name is Michael Gilmore, owner, broker, and mortgage loan originator with the Mortgage Professionals. We're located at 2491 Alluvial Avenue in Clovis, and our phone number is 559-281-0311. You can call or text. I'm very accessible and available pretty much 7 days a week from 7 in the morning till about 10 at night. Very responsive. If you have any questions, if you need any information, if you have any difficult transactions that you're running into some roadblocks on, I would love the opportunity to save the day, come in and help you and your clients out. My website is www.mortgagepros.info, and I would look forward to hearing from you and being of service.
Wonderful. And we'll leave that contact information below, people. And if by chance you need to get a hold of me, I can always pass you on. So not a big deal. Everybody, this is Realtor Linda. Have a wonderful day. My license number is 01997670.
Thanks,
Talk to you on
Linda.
the next
Great
one.
talking to
You're
you.
welcome.